All right, happy Monday to you guys. How's it going? This is Eric Noltowski here. You are on my channel, Eric Noltowski Art. And today I'm going to be inking page 6 of my new comic, Shadow Sentry. That is up on Indiegogo, in case you don't know. And currently we are one backer away from 50 supporters. That's awesome. And we are about 3,600, I think. And that means we're creeping up on the halfway point of 5,000 of our $10,000 goal. And once we hit 5,000, it will unlock the sticker stretch goal. So you will get a sticker of the Hellborn and Highborn logos that I've created. So that's awesome. Also, I did send out an update today via email that the campaign, that the newsletter naming competition poll is up. So you can vote on that. Go to Twitter. I also posted it on the Facebook Shadow Sentry page. If you don't subscribe to my emails, please do that. Go to ericnoltowskiart.com and just type in your email, and you'll get updates and things like that. And I did send out an update, or an email update for that as well, for the newsletter naming competition. So, I think that is it. This week I should get the colors back for my regular cover, and then possibly Mike's variant cover as well, which would be variant cover C. And I also sent out an update. I added a new perk, which would be the double variant option. And so that'll get you 2 variant covers, and then if you want a third, just add it in the add-on section before you check out. So that way you can get all 3 if you want all 3. And you don't want to go the route of the early bird special, which is still the best deal. You get every single cover, plus metal prints of each of those, plus the promo art that I did for the Shadow Sentry. So that's still the best deal, but if you just want to get the 3 variants, you could do that now. If you just want 1, you could do that. But yeah, so get the double variant option, and you can select 2, and then you could just do the add-on for another variant before you check out, and boom, there you go, you got all 3. So that is that. I think that is it for updates. Thank you guys so much if you have backed. Really excited on hitting 25% on the first day, and so we're 3 days in, and we are over 30% funded. So that is exciting. So thank you everybody who's backed. If you haven't backed it yet, please check it out and do so. I really appreciate it. Let's get this book funded and get it into your hands. I made some flyers today. I'm going to pass out at local comic shops and try and get some local interest going, as well as the peeps I know from the local comic shops. They're excited about it and they want to get the word out too. So I'm going to get them some info that they can pass out to their customers. So excited about that. So I made up some flyers. I'm going to get those printed and then get those out later this week, hopefully. All right. So anyway, I will be inking today. This will just be an inking stream. And if I think of anything in the meantime, I will let you know. But don't mind me. I'll just be inking this stuff. I already did a video actually, and I had to re-record it because I realized the format of the camera was vertical, not horizontal. So I'm like, what the heck? So I had to stop it and re-record basically everything that I just told you I already did before, and I had to re-record it, so that was lame. But I don't want a stupid horizontal format on YouTube. It'd be lame. All right. So I'm inking the character Torture right now, but not torture as in Torture. This is torture as in torch, CH, and then I added the ER, so it's like play on words. It's torch. Little play on words there. Torture. Because he uses his little torture things, his torches, and yeah. Do 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 do.
Okay, love you.
Love you, sweetie. Have a good day.
I'll see.
All right. My wife had to go to work. Let's see here. Or, as my late father-in-law would say, she gets to go to work. Don't take for granted the little things. Just thinking here. Where do I want to go next? I might want to go darker here. Just go. I feel like one of my problems is sometimes I'm like afraid to go too dark or like put in too much of heavy blacks. But it's just me. Another thing I don't really do too much is draw like a lot of like veins popping out. Don't do that too much. I'll do like a little bit, but I don't go crazy with the veins. I don't go all Dale Keown on it. Who else draws a lot of veins? Dale Keown used to, man, his stuff with Pitt, awesome. Joe Quesada back in the day used to draw a lot of veins. He used to draw an awesome Wolverine. But yeah. On Wednesday, I will keep going with my recommendations and my artist spotlight. And I wasn't able to do that the past few weeks because of the Hawaii Comic-Con that I was getting ready for, and then also launching the campaign last week. So, but I will continue with that, and as promised, we're gonna check out some work by John Romita Jr. So that should be awesome. We're gonna check out his run on Cable. He did that two-issue series, like, I guess it was like a one-shot back in the day for Cable. That was right before Art Thibert picked up on issue 1. But that was some awesome work. And then he also did a cool run that I really enjoyed on The Punisher Warzone, it was called. So we'll check that out. And I will try and give you guys recommendations that shouldn't be too hard to find nowadays. I haven't really looked online or anything, but I will. And try and include that on the stream as well. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. And yeah. I just threw those down. Didn't even think about the symmetry of this belt buckle here. It's got this belt buckle that goes across there. Then all these little just pouches and stuff that probably have no real use except to look cool. And that's how we do it. Yeah, I haven't really thought too much about the uses for these things, but I'd imagine they'd be like refills of some sort for his apparatus. Just trying to think if I'm going to need a ruler on any of these other lines or not. All right. These guys are round in the corner and they spot Valora. They want that baby. All right. I'm surprised I'm actually like gonna finish this character. Usually I'm bouncing all around the page and I don't really like finish one thing at a time. But I'm seeing this guy through here. Dedicated to finishing this dude. His armbands are black. I do have these lines on his arm for shading. So I could, yeah, I think I'll just go all black. And then I'll leave a little area for highlights on the side. This one will stop halfway up. Stop there. Okay. Figure out how I'm gonna do his hair. He's kind of got like cornrows going. So gotta create a 3D effect with his hair. Something like that, something like that. Alright, I'm gonna do his glasses. Or do I want to go to his arm next? I don't know, but I'm gonna need an elliptical for his arm. This one's gonna be straight on. That looks about right. And I'm gonna use a 3. Get a little bit darker. Thicker, I should say. That should do it. Alright. So this character, Torture here, his look is going to change the next time we see him. Remember, this whole prologue type deal is 20 years prior to present day, which is when the book will, as far as the timeline goes, it will pick up after this prologue 20 years later. So, wait, no, is it 20? No, 18, excuse me, it's 18. So, you'll see what happens to Torture, and that will explain the reason for his change. Probably should have, well, I could have freehanded that, but because on the forearm, this area around his wrist should be thinner, and then it gets thicker around his, you know, the forearm muscle over here. So this should probably be rounder than this. This should be maybe a little more flat. But I didn't do that right. So maybe I'll just make this part like a lot more rounder. Hopefully that'll counteract that part that should be a little flatter. Hopefully that'll work. That's too thin on that side. I hate working with ellipticals. I could make it all black and just fix it that way, which is probably what I'll do. I'll make this area dark. And then to fix it, because see, this side is a lot thicker than that side, so here's what I'm going to do. Get a better angle, and then just make this thicker. And then just kind of match the other side, leaving that little white area for the thing there. And that should do it. That should be better. It ain't perfect, but it'll work. And then I'll shadow for the muscle. That's in the middle. Our muscles don't really look like that, but you know, you kind of got two bones in your forearm, and the muscles are just working themselves all around there. So you kind of have, you don't really have unless you're like really strong and your muscles are real defined, you don't really have a crease in the middle of those two muscles too much. It kind of runs at a different angle anyway, but it's a comic book. I'm not gonna sweat it. I'm not Mike S. Miller, who has all the stuff down perfectly. Every muscle is perfect, right in its place. Just kidding. Just kidding. And if Mike tells you that, he's lying. He knows his stuff. But does he draw perfectly? No, he does not. I tell you. Everybody exaggerates stuff and does their own little thing. Got their own little style. And this is just how I do my thing. Leave me alone. Okay. So there's that. And I don't love this. I don't love that forearm. I ain't gonna pretend it's like, oh, it's perfect. Nope. I screwed it up. Ain't gonna lie. But I mean, you know, it's a forearm. And it's not like an integral part of this image here. Oh, I'm gonna bust you over the head with my forearm. Look at my forearm as I do this thing. You're not even gonna look at it too long. Okie dokie. So there's that. Alright, gotta do his glasses, fix his hair, finish his shoulder. Let's go over here with the two. Now, it should be thinner where it meets up here. And then I could leave a little space for, like, you know, a little highlight. Leave a little gap there. It shows you that the light is hitting there. The light is striking that place. And same thing over there. Leave a little space there for the light to do its thing. All right. That is that. That is that. He is back. All right, that should work for that. Bottom is going to be thicker. I'll use my 3 on the bottom and the 2 on the top. Actually, let me go down a little more so that way it's not hitting right in that dot where there's the ink is not connecting. That should be right. There we go. Okay. Now I'm looking at the background here. Ember, our man Ember is flaming. So let's see. Should I use 2 on the flames? 2. Use 2 over here, and then maybe a 3 on the bottom. Flames are a lot of angled lines, a lot of points. Smoke, obviously, is round. But, you know, gotta get those. I believe some extra spaces in there. And I'm gonna grab my 3 for the bottom. Just go down here. Yeah, man. You know, naming characters is getting more and more difficult because so many of the names are taken, or, you know, so it's hard when you got a fire guy. You know, obviously there's the super obvious Human Torch. That was, you know, probably one of the first firemen, fire type power dudes to be named. The Human Torch. This guy, his name is Ember. And basically, he looks like a bunch of, you know, burnt up wood in your fireplace. And his name is Ember. Having the power of fire. And I might make him like, I don't know, I was thinking maybe he can like take off parts of his body, like little, you know, balls of himself, like little embers, and then just like chuck them. Chuck fireballs, people. It's a thought. It's a thought. But, yeah. Let's see here. But his whole body is just, you know, made up of pieces of ember, so kind of draw him like, almost like The Thing, kind of, but instead of rock, it's like all black, but something like that. It's kind of what I'm thinking when I'm drawing him, like all these just patches of black. But maybe I don't even have to really, I don't know, outline his body parts so much. Just make it more like, I mean, I want you to be able to tell what is what, but also just more like he's just all crispy. Kind of like he's just one big Kirby crackle. And I was thinking too, like, he won't really even have like an outline, like a typical drawing. He could just be, you know, you could just, your mind has to fill in the blanks, because he's just a whole bunch of balls of flame looking stuff, man. And so I think up until this point we've not really even seen his face up close. You see the back of his head in panel page 2. He's really super small in the first panel, first page, excuse me, and then we see him far away on page 5. So yeah, this is really the first time you see his face, I think. So I want to make sure I capture his look for his face. Could have called him the Human Ball of Flame, but that would have been dumb. Let's be honest. That looks pretty cool, though. All right, so we're at the 30-minute mark. I don't know when my phone is going to stop. I don't know how much storage I'm using my SD card, and I erased up a whole bunch of videos before I started streaming because I want this to be able to last a long time, but I don't know how long it's going to last, so I'm just going to let you know, excuse me, that it might just stop by itself. And if it does, don't worry. It wasn't planned, but it's going to have to stop there. Okay, a little darker here. Just thinking. Do his hair. Still continuing that look here. I realize I have a lot of characters with glasses, like sunglasses or some kind of glasses on their face. Actually, Deke doesn't. He can, but he doesn't always have glasses. Although he should, because he flies really fast and he needs to keep bugs and stuff and wind out of his eyes. So, but I didn't really draw him with glasses on. But Ganon always had glasses on, just because that's his look, it's his persona. He's just that kind of dude. There's another guy who you will see eventually. He's from the Europe section, or the Europe, what do I call it? It's like the Europe, I can't think of it right now. But I guess like the European division of the Shadow Sentry, if there was a European division. There's a guy over there that wears glasses. Or sunglasses, something on their face. I don't know why. It's just a thing. I like doing that. But anywho, and I'm gonna have to freehand this one.